So please be ready.
Yes.
Your books. Joshita, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Everybody, please turn to page number 59. We will do the last section of this chapter, that is communication. And we talk about the new and the old means of communication, how it developed, what is mass communication, and all that in this section. So please put today's date, it is 2nd of February date, and we are doing from the section communication from the chapter human environment, transport and communication. Joshita, please start reading from communication.
Okay, ma'am. One of the most natural social needs of man is to interact with his fellow beings. He needs to convey messages and express his feelings. He needs to present his ideas and opinions and discuss it with others. The act of conveying our ideas, opinions, and feelings is termed as communication. It ranges from personal verbal communication to mass communication. In the
Okay.
The fastest way to convey a news was to send the messages by people on foot or horseback. Local information was spread by people by beating drums or ringing church bells. Even today, in some tribal societies, people beat drums to pass messages. Trained pigeons were also used to deliver letters. With the launching of penny
Continue.
post in England, 1880, the postal service developed throughout the world. Since then, letters have become the most popular means of communication. Our country, India, has the largest postal network in the world. Presently, speed
Underline this. Our country has the largest postal network in the world. Presently, speed post and courier services deliver letters even faster. Underline these three lines. Yes, Joshita, continue.
Since the 19th century, a series of inventions greatly changed the communication network throughout the world. In 1837, Samuel Morse of America developed
Samuel Morse,
Samuel Morse
the
of America
Morse code.
by which messages could be sent through the magnetic telegraph. A series of dots and dashes represent the alphabets. Urgent messages can be quickly conveyed through electric telegraphs.
Okay, so children, this with the beginning of communication section, we now are seeing what is communication. The ability to say or to pass on your ideas is called to communicate, is called communication. And since the beginning of human creation, human beings have developed themselves in terms of communication. We see when the early humans did not know anything to speak or how to write, they used to make certain signs and symbols on the walls. If you remember the chapter, the earliest people that we had done in history last year, we may recall the paintings at Bhimbetka and all, where early humans have painted on the cave walls. What was that? It was to express their feelings. It was to express if they are feeling happy or sad, or if they want to communicate a message to the other human being which was there with them. This system developed, okay, fine, thank you. This system developed and it later developed into a more complex system of communication. For example, trained horses or trained pigeons were used to send messages from one place to another. They exactly knew where to take the message and the letter was tied around their neck so that they can pass on the message to the respective person. Later on, services like post office and telegraph were developed. What Joshita just read, Morse, Samuel Morse developed the Morse code. What is it? It is a sign language through which messages can be transported through electric telegraphs. Like you see the barcode Or if you study computer, you must be knowing binary language 0 1. If you study this in computer, so you must be knowing that every information is converted into a certain, and this Morse code was one of the means to communicate the message, to transfer the message. Did you know in 1894, Galileo Marconi of Italy, underline the name, Marconi is very important, he made the first radio transmission. This was the birth of wireless telegraph. We all have seen radios. It is now available at our homes and in the vehicles also, nowadays in the mobile phones also. So what is radio? It is a device which communicates sound, only sound, from one place to another through some wireless means. We have studied the chapter atmosphere, and we know the ionosphere transmits the electronic signals, and this is how it helps in radio communication. So this was the developmental phase of communication. However, computer, internet, pager service was not yet developed. But slowly and gradually human beings made progress, and we shall now find out how telephone, computer and internet service developed into being. Yes, Joshita, please continue from the below the did you know box.
The invention of telephone by Graham Bell, a Scottish-American inventor in 1876, was another advancement in the field of communication. Messages could now be conveyed personally and instantly without moving out from one place to another. Now almost every country
By Graham Bell. Graham Bell invented telephone. If both the ends have the same device, they can transfer sound. What the person is speaking on telephone, I'm talking about the landline phone. He developed the landline phone. So it was capable of transporting the sound from one place to another. Yes, please continue.
Now almost every country of the world has STD and ISG facilities. The mobile phones
Underline the names STD and ISG. Subscribers trunk dialing and international subscribers dialing. Within the same country, STD. Within the same city, local. And one country to another country is ISD, international subscribers dialing. If you want, you can write down these full forms in your book. STD, subscriber trunk dialing, and ISD, international subscriber dialing. Yes, Joshita, continue.
The mobile phones or that came in the later half of the 20th century have become a necessity for almost anyone today. Telex and
Facsimile.
facsimile facilities are now common features of communication in modern economy.
Okay. In the
In the
1930s,
In the 1930s, Charles Babbage of England developed the first programmable computer. Further technological
please underline the name. Charles Babbage of England developed the first programmable computer. The first generation computer you must have studied, which was as huge as the size of a room. It was very huge with very less storage capacity also. The data storage was also very less, but it was developed for the very first time by Charles Babbage of England in the year 1930. Underline this. In 1930, Charles Babbage of England developed the first programmable computer. Yes, continue.
Further technological changes modernized the computer. Today, computers are used for worldwide instant communication through internet. Emails or electronic mails have become very popular today. The World Wide Web made information and interaction available at our fingertips. The internet has not only helped in education and commerce, it has made our life more comfortable. From planning for a holiday to booking a railway or air ticket or even a cinema ticket, all is possible through internet.
We know there are various uses of internet. The list is endless. only receiving and sending information. You can talk to the people, seeing them on video. You can check out any information on the Google search engine or Chrome search engine. You can search idea people. You can look for a book. You can get the tickets booked. You can make use of Make My Trip. You can make use of a Book My Go. And then the apps or the applications are endless. And almost everybody around the world are dependent on internet for the purpose of education, for the purpose of entertainment, for the purpose of communication, and then there are numerous uses of internet. So not only the computer device, but with the development of internet, the world, which started in India in the year 1995. You can mention this. The World Wide Web or the Internet service, it started in India in 1995. And with the use of the Internet technology, all the people around the world got connected to each other at a very less cost and within a very short time. In seconds, we can connect to a call to somebody who's living in any other part of the world. All this is made possible only with the help of Internet service. Yes, Joshita, read out from the last paragraph.
All these modern methods of communication have been possible by combining the development of technology with communication technology. Satellite communication and radio communication today flashes images of written documents, sound recordings, or television pictures around the world in less than a second. The artificial satellites have helped a lot in weather forecasts and disaster warnings. They have helped in
Please underline the satellites have helped a lot in weather forecast and disaster warning. The satellites that roam around the Earth's surface, they give us information about the forthcoming storms or rain or thunder or earthquake or any other natural calamity or disaster. And when the planners, when the weather forecasters study that, it becomes easier for them to save a lot of lives. All this is made possible only with the help of intelligent artificial satellites. And the organization which does all this, the maintenance of satellites and devices and all, is done by ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. Underline the name ISRO. And we know in America we have the same organization under the name NASA, right? Please underline ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. They take care of our satellite technology. Yes, Joshita, read out from the paragraph below figure 8.9.
All these technologically advanced forms of communication have made business and commerce faster, administration more efficient, and personal communication more comfortable.
Okay, so all these technological advancements, you have experienced this technology. Nowadays, we are living in the era of technology, and you very well know how all these devices, how all these technological advancements have made the life of a human being fast and more relatable to the rest of the world. So however, we will keep today's explanation till here only. Mass communication is a longer section. We will discuss this tomorrow. Tomorrow we do have the third period. Wednesday it is. So we have the next class on Wednesday, that is tomorrow in the third period. I hope the syllabus is clear to all of you. Just now please turn to page number A84. All those who are here on the call, please turn to page number A84. Can you see exercise D? Exercise D, question number 1 to 5. This will also count for your final term syllabus. This is also included in your final term syllabus from the first term chapter. Only this exercise, exercise D, question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the rest of the chapters I have mentioned in the syllabus that I have sent you. Please make sure that the paper is going to be very, very tough. If you are banking on you will cheat from the book, it will not be possible. Please make sure that you read the chapters properly, go through the revisions, attend the revisions properly, and start learning the chapters. The exams are going to be very soon, and it can be from between the chapter also. The questions can be from between the chapters also. So from the first term we have this, only exercise D from this chapter, atmosphere, and the rest of the 4 chapters, hydrosphere, natural vegetation and wildlife, human environment, transport and communication, human environment settlements. This is from the second term. Please tell your friends to be here tomorrow because we are going to mark the last exercise of this chapter, transport and communication. So see you tomorrow. Thank you.